It'll be a quick meeting, hopefully. I'd like to call the Board of Adjustment for April 9th, 2025 to order. Can we please have roll call, please? Ethan?
Chairperson Patton.
Present.
Board Member Robin.
Present.
Board Member Thomas.
Excused.
Board Member Graham.
Present.
Alternate Board Member Hartzell.
Excused.
Alternate Board Member Reich.
Present.
Alternate Board Member Wilkinson.
Okay, did you press your button?
Present.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. And I'd like everybody to please stand. We're going to have a moment of silence. We lost one of our fellow board members this last week, and we're going to miss her. It was Marjorie Newsom, so we're very sad. Okay, thank you. And while we're standing, let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Next, I want to point out we've got 5 members here tonight, 2 alternates. We will all be voting members tonight. And it takes 4 positive votes to pass a resolution tonight. Okay, next on the agenda is the staff oath. Because everybody on the staff, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the information you're going to provide to us tonight is the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have the approval of the agenda. Now, we've got the agenda. We have the... do we have to remove item number 1, Bramblett Road, from the agenda? I think we have to do that, so I'll make a motion to remove Bramblett Road from the agenda since that's been tabled or withdrawn. I'm sorry. Okay, all in favor, say aye or press your buttons, please.
Voting's closed, and that passes.
Okay, that agenda is passed with the change on that. Next, we have the approval of the minutes from the March 12th, 2025 meeting. Ask the members to cast your votes.
Voting's closed.
Okay. Okay, so next on the agenda, we're just going to, that item was withdrawn, number 1. So item number 2 is 25-002667, 1450 Hoff Industrial Road. The Hoff Industrial Drive LLC property owner. I don't have the property owner on that. Okay. Spencer, what would you like to tell us, please? Excuse me 1 second. Okay, we proceed. Okay, Spencer, what would you like to tell us?
All right, so the applicant is requesting a variance to allow an existing structure and proposed building to encroach in a required side yard setback on the east side of the property. The encroachment is slightly over 2 feet into the side yard setback along the eastern property line. The Hoff Industrial Park was originally developed as one lot beginning in 1999. The lots were then subdivided around 2003. Based on the records available, the record plat shows this lot to be approximately 2 feet narrower than what was shown on the preliminary plat. Therefore, it appears that the plat that was recorded after construction was completed ultimately resulted in the creation of this nonconformance. And unfortunately, we don't really have a reason as to why that happened. It could have been a matter of perhaps a surveyor measuring wrong, or whoever drew up the plat didn't mind their P's and Q's and just drew something in wrong. Unfortunately, that is not something that we know at this time. Also worth noting is that the applicant has a pending site plan application that pending variance approval tonight will be heard before the Planning and Zoning Commission in May.
Okay.
And staff is recommending approval of the variance, and I'd be happy to take any questions.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for the staff for Spencer? No? Thank you. You did a great job again, Spencer. Is there anybody here that would like to speak for this agenda item tonight? Good evening. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the information you're going to provide to us tonight is the truth?
I do.
Okay, and please state your name and address for the record, please.
Certainly. My name is Cliff Heitman with Bax Engineering Company. We are located at 221 Point West Boulevard in St. Charles, Missouri. You pull up this.
Okay, what would you, and it's been a long time since I've seen you here, so welcome
Yeah,
back.
it's been a little bit. So,
Okay, what would you like to tell us, Cliff?
excuse me. So the property at 1450 off Industrial Drive, excuse me, has an existing building on it that's 16,900 square feet. That building was built approximately 25 years ago. I don't have the exact date, but it's been there for a while. The current owner, Bloom International, is looking to do a building addition on the rear. I've got shown kind of that green box you see there toward the bottom of the page. Kind of approximates what that addition would look like off the back side of that building. It would be 16,500 square foot expansion, basically. During the process of this, it was discovered that the existing building, as Spencer was mentioned, was built 2 feet, basically 2 feet 3 inches, if you will, into the side yard setback, which is 25 feet in the I-2 industrial. So the existing building, excuse me, encroaches about 2 feet into that. Conversely, the extension would also then encroach into that. So we are requesting a variance to vary that side yard from 25 feet down to 20 feet. That would clean up the existing building that encroaches in there. It would also then allow us to make that addition the full width of the existing building. We could shorten that up if we had to, but we would prefer to extend that building as is back that entire length. So we're asking for a variance from 25 feet to 20 feet on that side yard. We don't feel this will be extremely detrimental considering the area and the property there, the lot just to the east of us that you see, that long narrow building. They actually were granted a similar variance of 15 foot to a side yard setback. So we're not encroaching on them. Again, it wasn't uncommon in this area. Spencer mentioned it sounded like there were some plat changes along the way that may have precipitated some of that. So again, don't feel it's overpowering or dominating the area. Feel it fits in as consistent, and asking here for your consideration for that variance and encroachment into that side yard.
Okay, now, I have a staff question. The variance is for this 2'3", he's asking for 5 foot?
Yeah, I think, I'm just going to check our report. I think when we wrote the report,
Unless I missed something, I thought it was 2.3 or 2
yeah,
foot.
we were going with what they were showing on the plan, which was the 2 foot. So we didn't write it thinking they were asking for the 5, but in their letter, Mr.
In their
O'Keefe
letter,
was just
they asked
pointing
for
out,
that,
They
yes.
did say the 20, which would be the 5 foot reduction.
Okay,
So,
would the city be okay with that, or?
I don't see why they need the extra.
I don't either,
foot,
that's
so,
why I was
you know,
asking.
We're fine if you want to have it measure right up to the edge of the building. Typically, we try to
Okay.
leave a little room there just
Okay,
because the building is not completely square with the property lines, if you will. So it's actually 2 foot 1 inch at one end and 2 foot 3 inch at the other end of that building.
okay,
as it
well, then maybe
exists.
we'd be happy with 2'5", or 2 foot,
Yeah,
2.5
we don't
foot.
need the extra, we don't need
Right.
the extra 5 feet. We were just
That's-
trying to keep it consistent. It gives them a little bit of room and that sort of thing if there's any sort of discrepancy there. So, no, sir, we're fine if staff is more comfortable with a variance down to 22.5 or whatever, that we're fine with that. We just
Okay.
like to give the builder a little bit of wiggle room there. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, they build these things and try to stay as tight as they can, but we try to give them
Yes, they do.
a bit of breathing room there.
Uh-huh, okay. Well, okay. Is there any other questions from the board? No? Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we'll call the question, see what, pleasure. And this is for 2.5 foot.
Voting's closed.
Okay. Cliff, you have been approved.
Oh, great, thank you.
Okay.
Could we, Mr. Chairman, could we clarify that the motion approved is to allow a 2-foot 6-inch encroachment into the required side yard,
That'd be acceptable.
maximum,
Yes.
as opposed to just granting the variance requested
Right.
or not otherwise specifying the extent of the intrusion. So,
Okay.
Is it correct that the motion was to allow an encroachment of not to exceed 2.5 feet
2.5 feet, yes.
into the required side
Setback.
yard?
Okay.
Thank you.
If you're happy, I'm happy with that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
We're fine
Thank you,
with that.
Cliff. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Next on the agenda is adjournment. We are adjourned. Thank you.